Part 1. Happy Days in Small Town. Michael grew up in a small town in the American South. His father was a teacher and his mother worked as a nurse in a local hospital. The streets of their small town were filled with memories of his childhood. The games he played with his friends, the family picnics in the park, and the successes he achieved in school were the best parts of Michael's life. Michael always excelled academically, and his teachers believed he was destined for great things. But the best memories of Michael's childhood were overshadowed by the fact that he needed a fresh start. His father was offered a better job in a big city, and the family decided to move. Michael approached this new adventure with excitement, but also with some fear. New school, new friends, new surroundings. All these were new elements he had to get used to. Chapter 2. A New Beginning in the Big City. When Michael's family moved to the big city, at first everything seemed wonderful. Michael was dazzled by their new home, with its wide streets, big shopping malls, and parks. When he started his new school, however, the excitement slowly gave way to anxiety. At his new school, Michael stood out not only for his academic achievements, but also for his skin color. Some students wanted to be friends with him, while others were prejudiced against him. In the first weeks, Michael tried to prove himself in class. His teachers admired his intelligence, but some students were jealous of his success. One day, Michael was cornered by a few students at recess. According to them, Michael shouldn't be here just because of his skin color. This shook Michael deeply. Chapter 3. Bullying and Struggle. Michael started to feel very lonely after these bullying incidents. Going to school every day became a nightmare for him. However, his family was there for him at every opportunity. His father said, "Son, no one can determine your worth. Only you know who you are," his father reassured him. His mother said, "Michael, you must always be strong. We will have to deal with these situations, but we will never give up." One of Michael's biggest supporters was his favorite teacher, Mrs. Johnson. Mrs. Johnson recognized what Michael was going through and was always there for him. One day, Michael told Mrs. Johnson about the bullying he had experienced in class. Ms. Johnson spoke to the school administration and told them that this was unacceptable. The school administration disciplined the offending students and launched a school-wide anti-racism awareness campaign. Chapter 4. Turning Point and a New Mission. These events marked a turning point in Michael's life. He now felt stronger and more determined. He decided to start a club at school to fight racism. The club aimed to bring together students from different ethnic backgrounds to get to know and understand each other better. Michael's efforts soon paid off, and the school became more tolerant and inclusive. Under Michael's leadership, the club organized many events. At these events, students shared their cultures and traditions. In his speeches at each event, Michael emphasized that everyone is equal and no one should be discriminated against because of their skin color or origin. These events helped the students to better understand and accept each other. Section 5. Adulthood and Human Rights Advocacy. Years passed, and Michael, inspired by these experiences, decided to become a human rights lawyer. He left the city to go to university and successfully completed law school. After graduation, he started working for a non-governmental organization that fights racism and discrimination. At this organization, Michael handled many cases and defended the rights of many people. Michael has changed the lives of many people over the years. Thanks to him, many people learned to defend their rights and started to fight discrimination. Michael was recognized not only as a lawyer, but also as a leader. He spoke at conferences, wrote articles, and inspired young people. Chapter 6. Looking to the Future. Michael's story has continued to inspire many. His perseverance, determination, and courage have made many people more aware of how to fight racism. Michael always maintained that everyone is equal and no one should be discriminated against because of their skin color or origin. Michael dedicated his life to fighting racism and achieved many successes. His story has left a deep mark not only on his own life, but also on the lives of many others. By always standing strong and standing up for what is right, Michael has set an example for many others and helped them to make their voices heard.